Hello and welcome to this coach driver's guide to picking up at London Heathrow Airport, covering all the pickup points, Terminal 2, 3, 4 and 5. Note there is no Terminal 1. Now, as I'm coming from the west, you can see I'm on the M4 and just about to come off at Junction 5. And here I'll be heading eastwards along the A4 to the first point, which is the most important location we will cover first, because this applies to picking up, and that is reporting at the West Ramp Coach Park. So we'll show that in a moment, but we'll just do a quick explanation of London Heathrow as we come along here on the A4. Now, you don't need a sat-nav or map for the area. Going around the system is a doddle because there's loads of signs. Hopefully you'll be able to see these as we go along throughout this video. Each sign will have a white text in a black background, either exit or it be marked T1, T2, 3, 4 or 5, and they are everywhere. You can find yourself around like that easily. Picking up, as you'll see, the whole point of this video is just to explain the actual picking up locations a bit easier, because you can't really use Street View and satellite view for things like that, because the Street View car hasn't gone around most of the airport, and the satellite view, well, you can't really see the underground parts. So hopefully this will give you a better visual idea on all the locations and the network. As I say, it can be a bit daunting at first, but honestly it is easy, especially finding your way around. Right, so here we are, just coming off the A4. I'm in the two lanes that are marked Heathrow. So as we come round to the right, we're going to move over to the left lane and take a very sharp left into the coach park. So you'll see that just coming up in a moment. And there we are as we come around to the right, keeping to the left lane. Give yourself enough room here to do this sharp left. As we come round, you'll see the sign. It does say West Ramp Coach Park. There it is, just there. And as we come round to the right, you'll see a building with Transdev. And that's the building you will need. There it is. That's the building you will need to go into once you've parked up. It's just through the doors that's coming up there on the right now. Just walk up that ramp, and through to the left is the reception desk. Now, you do pay for picking up because you pay for a permit in the daytime, but you do not pay yourself. This should have already been done through from your office. If they haven't paid for the permit yet, that's fine. You can give your transport manager or whoever will deal with it a call. They can do it online, and it be sent through to the West Ramp very quickly. If you're on Intercruises like myself, there is an Intercruises rep in the building, and that permit would have already been sorted for you. Now, the bays here are quite short. They're only about 10 metres long or so. You've probably seen some coaches overhanging the solid white line there over the bays. It's easiest to try and park without any coaches next to you or in front, which makes it easier going out. If it's very busy, it can be tricky trying to get in and out, but if you can, try and find a space where there's nothing parked to your left or right or in front of you. You'll find it easy as come out then. So once your group is ready to be collected, the reception will give you something that looks like this, which is the coach permit, and it's marked below which terminals you are permitted for. So in this case I have Terminal 3 and Terminal 5. As you can see the note below, it says this permit must be displayed on the coach windscreen at all times. Obviously you can remove it once you have picked up the group. You do not need it for when you are exiting the airport. So we'll do this guide in numerical order, so we'll start with Terminal 2. But as we leave the west ramp, there's one thing I need to note about the west ramp as well, is that it doesn't operate between 22:30 and 0600 overnight. So if you have pickups between 10:30 and 6 a.m, you are allowed to go straight to the terminal and you do not need a permit. So just to keep that clear, the permit only applies between 0600 and 22:30 of that day. So as we come out towards Terminal 2, as you can see, we're going to keep to the left. Don't take the very first left because that slips down to the M4. So we'll follow this round and keep into the left lane. Now, for this demonstration, I am going straight on to Terminal 4, but as we come down here, you'll see the sign now coming up on the left, and this is what I mean about these signs being descriptive. If we pause it here, you can see on the bottom line it says Terminal 2, 3, 5 and exit. So as you come around here, you want to keep in the left hand lane as it bends around there, and keep left. Let's go round to this roundabout. This was filmed on a different day, so I could snip this together. See sign above there, Terminal 2 and 3 this way. There'll be a sign on the left, it's just a bit out of view, just here, and you just see this end there, it says right hand lane Terminal 2. Ignore that, you need to keep left all the way round. You'll be in the Terminal 3 lane basically, for Terminal 2. Now it will make sense in a moment. So as we come round to the Emirates roundabout, keeping far left, just up the road straight ahead there on the right is west ramp, but you have to come this way round to Terminal 2. You cannot come down the M4 slip road, which is just off back there to the right, because you cannot go round the roundabout through this tunnel. So as we come up the other end, you'll see the signs again. That would be Terminal 3, left hand lane here. Ignore the Terminal 2 ones. We swing to the left here and then move over to the left again. And you'll see a sign now that will say Terminal 3 and Terminal 2 overheight vehicles. This is where we want to be. So say keeping left here, there's another sign coming up that will be Terminal 3 and Terminal 2 overheight vehicles. And as we bend round to the right, we are looking for lane 3, which is marked group travel and taxis. There's the first lane, there's the second lane, here's the third lane where the taxis are going. As we come round, you should be able to see the sign here. There we are, taxi and group travel. And it's the first bay on the left, so you're not going to be able to see it just yet, but it's just here. There we are, there's one of the coaches in. So I'm going to tuck in behind. It's also worth noting, you can't see it here, but there is a sign that reminds you that once you are in the bay, you must turn your engine off. Okay, there is no idling allowed in the pickup bays here. So the exit route is pretty straightforward. Just show you this bit anyway. So we just follow where this coach is going. We at the end here, we turn right. Just mind your mirror on this pillar here on the left. And as we come up this ramp, you can stay in the left lane all the way through for the exits here. Coming up, there'll be a sign that says the left lane is Terminal 4, 5, and for the A4 and Slough. And the exit route to the M4 is marked on the right hand lane. You can ignore that because as we come down here, all lanes become the exit through the tunnel anyway. It would just make sense in a moment as we come down here. As you can see, it's all marked exits, like this lane here. And then as you can see on the other gantry, it does say M4 and M25 this way. And then we go back through the tunnel. And then out the other side. All we do here is just go straight on. The first left, as I say, is off to West Ramp, as I noted earlier. But also, if you did have a pickup at Terminal 5 after Terminal 3, you go left here as well. And there we are. We just follow it round. All the signs there saying the M4, and then it's forward out to the motorway. So Terminal 3, and it's the same routes we just done for Terminal 2. So you should know this by now. Through the tunnel in the left lane, follow the signs at Terminal 3, slip to the far left, and then we pass the point where we had Terminal 2. But we're not going to go through the building this time, we're going to follow the road round to the right. That's keeping in this left lane, Terminal 3. And following this sign there for drop off, keeping in this lane. And then we keep in the far left lane all the way around this loop. Now this isn't the pickup, but this is the route that's described for the pickup Terminal 3. But this, worth noting anyway, this is the drop-off point for Terminal 3. This will be covered in another video anyway. And then as we come down here, we need to slip left just a bit through this bus gate here. And move round to the left. And just off to our left are the bays for the pickup at Terminal 3. Now there'll be a marshaller here, so you have to follow his directions as to which bay he wants you in. You don't just pick a bay. So come around here. He's pointing to me to come into this bay next to this coach here. And again, like Terminal 2, just remember to switch off your engine once you are in the bay. So once you have everyone on and you are certain you are absolutely ready to depart right away, all you need to do is sound your horn and then wait for the marshaller to appear in your mirror, who will then wave you back once it's safe for you to reverse out of the bay. Obviously, do not reverse until you've had instructions from him waving you backwards. Then all we're doing here is just going right round the loop, just following the road round. And then as we come through these traffic lights, you can pick the far left lane or the middle lane, both of which are marked exit. Or you go for the far left lane. And then what that does is it brings us out to where we were before, because the road off to the right comes off from Terminal 2. And then we're back here. So following this left lane, back signed exit for the M4 M25 and through the tunnel. Okay, next up, Terminal 4. There's a couple of ways into Terminal 4. I shall show both of them. The first one here is from the west ramp. We're following that road that we did at the very start when I was showing you the route out of the west ramp to the road that goes to Terminal 2, but I was going straight on. All we do here is we go all the way around the perimeter road. Terminal 4 is easy, but it's a bit awkward because it's out the way. It's towards the south, so you've got to go all the way around the perimeter. But again, it's all signposted. Every sign here, as you can see, would be posted Terminal 4. And just follow it round to the left and see there, Terminal 4. Come past the British Airways sheds, which come up on the right hand side here. Then you come up to Hatton Cross roundabout. So first left here, then first right. Hatton Cross bus station off to the left. Follow the signs here. First left. And then we carry on the southern perimeter road. Then we take the left here, and then we're going to go right at this roundabout. and then take the left here. And as we come round, keep into the right hand lane, and that's the drop off. We'll show you that in a moment, but we'll just do the approach from the other side. So the route here we've shown you is assuming you came off the M25 at junction 14 and then down the A3113 straight on the roundabout onto the Southern Perimeter Road. Again, all signposted Terminal 4. So it's a pretty straightforward run, and then when you come up to here you'll have this sign marked Terminal 4 off to the left, and we come up this slip road. So as we come up here, we're going to keep in the right lane, but go left. But we're not going to use this left lane. We're going to come up here to the roundabout and then turn left. And that's the bit we just showed you from the other side as we came around the roundabout. And then, as you see, we are then lined up properly for the coach drop-off bay, rather than being in the left lane there and crossing lanes. As you can see, it lines you up nicely. Follow the road round. You would be in the left lane here, but with the works we have to go into the right, and then we're looking for lane 2. So there we are, the first lane is up there, and this is the second lane. And then it's the bays at the far end. Which is bays 15 and 16, which are signed on the two signs there on the left. You can see the number on top, 15, the next one 16. Now, because of the works they're doing there, I'm not going to stop on 16. I'm just tucking myself in here, just get the whole coach into the bay, and then reverse backwards as far as I can. And then it keeps the road to the right clear then for stuff to come past me. Right, so we'll just show you the exit routes, which again is pretty simple. Have to turn right here anyway. And then when you come up to the top of here, this brings you back to the roundabout where we came in. So you turn right here for the M4 and M25, the exits. That's the road going back that we just showed you. But what we'll do, because I had Terminal 2 and 3 after this one, we'll just show you this road. So we're going to go left here, as signposted. So at the bottom here, we're going to turn right. And this essentially is then the route in reverse that we showed you the first time towards Terminal 4 from Hatton Cross. But we'll show the whole route around the Perimeter Road out towards the A4 and towards Terminal 2 anyway. We'll speed it up, but then at least you can see the route in full. Okay, and lastly, Terminal 5. So again, coming out of the west ramp, we are going to take the middle lane, marked cargo and airport. As we come around, you can see it says cargo T5, and we just follow this around. And I'll speed the video up in a moment. It's worth noting for Terminal 5, maybe someone can clarify this. As far as I'm aware, the forward coach park for Terminal 5 is closed. I don't think that applies anymore. You still have to go to West Ramp anyway, but once you signed in there, they used to then send you to the forward coach park. The 2 times I've done Terminal 5, I've been sent straight to Terminal 5 from West Ramp. And the information I can find is, what I'm aware is that the forward coach park for Terminal 5 has closed. And doesn't apply anymore, but maybe someone can clarify that. As soon as you come around, it says slip off here for Terminal 5. And then we're going to keep in the right hand lane here, because that's the taxis on the left lane. As we come around, we're going to keep in the left. And there's a sign coming up in a moment just past this junction that says left lane for buses. And I think it said taxis. So we'll follow that, not this lane, that's for deliveries. Here we are, the bus and taxi. See the bus sign just up ahead. And we're going to keep in the far left again. And we're going to use the far left lane, the first lane here. And as we come through, we're just going to cut it in a moment because there was a bus blocking up the road. But what we're going to do is go right to the far end, and this is the coach pickup bay for group travel. So there we are, there's the bays here on the left, and we just go up to the far end. It gives some room for any other coaches that might be coming in. And then to exit, all you do is you just follow the road round to the right. And then when you join this road up here, you can either go straight on for the exit, the M25, or you can go left if you have other terminals. Interesting, this sign here coming up on the right says Terminal 1, 2, 3 and 4, which is interesting because Terminal 1 no longer exists. But I went left here because I had Terminal 4 afterwards. But as I say, you would go straight on otherwise for the exit. And that is it. That's the guide for picking up at Heathrow. I do hope you find it, have found it useful. I will do another video for Heathrow drop-offs. All I need is footage for dropping off at Terminal 5. Otherwise, I have almost all the footage. I've done 2, 3 and 4. So when I've got enough footage for the drop-offs Heathrow, I will make another video for that. So thank you very much. Like and subscribe for more of these videos. And until then, I shall see you on the next one. Thank you. Take care and goodbye.